Yeah. So when I was in my early 20s, I started getting into more holistic lifestyle, like eating organic and going to yoga and becoming more tuning into, I guess, more spirituality and things like that, and started going to some native healing circles and just exploring like healing modalities, because I actually had an experience in my early 20s that I had a clear sense that my purpose was to facilitate healing on the planet and to work with people to facilitate healing. And so I started exploring many different kinds of healing modalities, and I always wanted to sing, though. And then a few years later, I just started following my dream of singing, and I started singing spontaneously in the moment from my heart, and just a cappella, and then also started learning some different instruments. I kind of got into it a little bit later, in life, and then started working with crystal singing bowls and things like that.
What are crystal singing bowls?
Crystal singing bowls are these bowls that can range in 6 or 8 inches in diameter to like 22, 24 inches in diameter, and they're quite thick quartz crystal silica they're made of. And what happens is when you sort of hit them or tap them with a mallet, like a rubber mallet or a soft mallet, they make a beautiful tone that's like an oscillating tone. So they're called singing bowls. Kind of similar to the Tibetan metal bowls, but the sounds are a lot softer and carry a lot longer usually.
Have you seen Miss Congeniality?
I think so.
With Sandra Bullock?
Long time ago, maybe.
Yeah. The only reason why I bring this up is she was trying to become in this beauty pageant.
Oh yeah.
And so for one of her talents was to make the bowls music. So she had, it looked like a chopstick or something with the bowls filled with certain levels of water.
Oh yeah.
And then she'd make a song. Is it kind of like that?
Well, I don't work with water, but yeah, each bowl has a different.
Okay.
Each bowl has a different tone.
Okay.
So I have about 6 or 7 bowls. I have more than that actually, because I have some Tibetan metal bowls and some crystal singing bowls. And so yeah, I just play the different tones together, and
That's really interesting.
I also incorporate toning and using my voice in different ways as well. And so you're talking about sound healing. For me, a lot of sound healing is the intention is really important. So it's basically setting the intention for, and I'll work with a group of people often, and I ask everyone to kind of set their own intention for their own healing, whatever it is they're wanting to receive through the sound. And it's kind of like a sound bath, and using the sound to facilitate the intention that we set collectively and individually. Does that make a bit of sense?
Yeah. That's very interesting. Is there, now just going into this deeper,
Yeah, definitely.
can you work with people with mental illnesses or disabilities, kind of with sound healing, would you find?
Sure. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of that myself, like specifically. I've basically held concerts and just invited, people to come
And feel the love.
Yeah,
I
but
feel a lot
definitely.
of love.
Actually, I have one of my albums is called Crystal Calm, and it is crystal singing bowls and sounds of water and ethereal vocals with no words, and it's just a meditation CD. And there was a facilitator who was working with mental health with some people with depression and different things like that out at UBC, and she was using that CD actually in her class with the people that she was working with.
And we've had a few different